Hey gamers, Stogie here, and welcome to another gameplay video of Insurgency. And in today's video, as you saw in that little splash screen in the beginning, I'm going to be talking about the game mode push. I've put several hours into this game, and I've been playing mostly with my cousin, which is good. I highly recommend playing with somebody you know that you can communicate with, but the more I've played, the more I've really become fond of this push game mode. I would go so far as to say it's my favorite game mode in Insurgency so far. So what I'd like to do in this video is kind of explain the game mode to you guys and kind of talk to you about the ins and outs of it and some strategies I like to use. The push game mode basically has 3 capture points. See my A, B, C capture points there at the bottom. You start and you go in sequential order. So you cap A. Once you cap A, you can go cap B. Once you cap B, you can go cap C. You cap C, you win the game. The attackers and defenders are balanced by the attackers starting off with 5 waves and the defenders starting off with 15 waves. So the attackers definitely have the harder end of the deal in this game mode. It's one of the things I really like about this game mode. I actually very much prefer attacking because it provides for more exciting moments. It's a lot harder to win the game. I think it's more tactical, so I really like to attack. But say you take out the enemy, and what you're seeing here is I'm repeatedly flanking on this map Revolt. What you'll find is flanking routes are the best way to get to these capture points because guys will bipod LMG up on these capture points and kind of focus towards your spawn. They don't always watch their flanks real well, and a lot of times you can find flanks that have good areas to throw smokes or flashbangs at so you can kind of flank the enemy. And I'll get to some strategies here in a second, but quickly going back to what I was talking about, when you capture a point, so say I get into A, I have a certain amount of time before I have to be in that objective, and the more teammates that are in that, the faster it caps. And once we cap it, we acquire that and B opens up. When we acquire A, we get more waves. So if we get down to 0 waves and everybody dies, the game is over. If we get the enemy team down to 0 waves and they are all dead, the game is over. But most likely what's going to happen is you're going to be able to cap at least one objective and get some more waves. So when it adds waves onto your team, it gives you more chances to push to those later objectives, say B and C. If you don't waste your waves in the beginning and say you cap A while you guys still had 4 or 5 waves, your waves get added on top of those waves. So it becomes even easier for you to win as the attackers the further along the game mode goes. So talking strategy, what do I like to do in this game? I love to run flanks. I think this game mode is built around flanks. It's built around smoke and flash grenades. And what you want to do is push up into where the enemy is trying to hold and wipe them out. And then my strategy is to wait until the wave comes again. So wait until the enemy team spawns again. Let them come at you again and wipe them out again, and then go attack that objective. What will happen if you don't do that is you'll say you wipe the enemy team out on your flank and you just burst right into that objective. They're going to spawn within 10 seconds of you hitting that objective most likely, and they're just going to flood in there and take you out unless you have like 4 or 5 guys from your team watching every angle and 1 or 2 of the guys has an LMG. I have found that the best strategy to win as the attacking team. To win as the defending team, it's really easy. You just have to make sure that flanks and stuff are covered and that you have guys that are moving around and focusing on those spots. I think defending is a lot easier to play as, like I said before. And again, in this gameplay, I'm using the AK-7 or AKS-47U, I think it is. This gun is nasty, man. You get increased mobility, and it's got great damage model and handling. So that's the video for today, guys. Check in the description below. I will be giving away my last Insurgency key. And as you can see, these guys at the end proved too much for me.